Hello everyone, odedex here, welcome to episode 114 of a simple Let's Play. So, in the previous episode, I upgraded some of my data disks and I didn't really know how to interact with them, so I used the uncrafting table. But off screen I did some research and apparently if you hold the data disk, I don't know if it stores something, it has any effect on it, but if you just hold the data disk and shift right click, this is what happens, you get this cell housing, basically the kind of a template of whatever, and you can actually use that. I don't think that has a recipe. Yeah, it doesn't have a recipe, but you can simply take that and upgrade it directly using a storage block. This is the 16K equivalent. You can just take 64K or whatever and upgrade them. So instead of doing it with the uncrafting table, which works, you can do it like this. Basically, when you do it with that crafting table, except for the fact that you get you have to pay 9 XP levels, you basically kind of retain the entire everything here in case you don't want it. Basically, if you want to upgrade into say 3 1K into 1 4K data disks, then it kind of makes sense because you're not stuck with two of those empty shells, those empty housings. However, you can just make those data chips and simply insert them manually. But there you have it. So I wanted to share with you guys because yeah, I didn't really know about it, and I think it will be a good thing to let you guys know. I managed to get the frugal bee. I managed to get the austere bee. However, I had a problem that the frugal bee refused to be bred in the nether. So I tried it over here at my desert near my house and it works here, and actually got the austere bee. However, the austere bee has a very nice effect. Right now it's done producing, so I'm gonna make it multiply again. But check it out, it's gonna have a very nice effect. If I'm gonna stand there for a while and wait for a second, and hopefully she will not fail me, something magical should happen. Come on. Did she lose the trait? Let's take a look. She may have lost it. Although I don't see how is that possible, but... Oh yeah, she lost it. Okay. So the austere bees have a creeper effect, and that's actually something really amusing. Maybe because I'm wearing Graviton, the Graviset, it doesn't make any difference, but whenever you're nearby, it's simply gonna start making explosions right on you. So it's kind of funny now, probably because of the Graviset, I'm not taking any damage, so I guess if you're not wearing anything like that, you would be taking damage. But it's extremely amusing. You simply run by and it starts exploding, so yeah, it's kind of awesome. I got myself 3 austere drones. I'm gonna be brave and try to start extracting the species out of them. I don't think I managed to get... Oh, I actually have 4 of those austere drones, so let's try and do that. You can see I removed the tank. I actually did it in the previous episode already. Okay, so let's try extracting the austere species. There you go. Actually, even managed to extract the creeper effect serum. I don't know if it will work on mobs. Definitely works on players, but playing on a single player world doesn't make too much of a difference. And actually, I don't really know what would I need it for versus mobs. Maybe you can make a mob trap out of it if you really want to. But I don't think like what I need it for. Okay, got the austere species serum, so that's good. Let's start boosting it up, and we can start working towards the next stage of the evolution. Okay, so here's a nice thing. I guess maybe because the austere have that basic creeper effect, the comb that they can produce, I just got it off my austere epia right over here, something called the Powdery comb, can give you gunpowder. And actually, are there any interesting uses for gunpowder? Firework launcher, TNT, dynamite, guns, and fire basin. Don't know what that is. Fire charges, fireworks, and you can make sulfur out of it. What can you use sulfur for? Sulfur torches. That's something from Zycraft. Yeah. Alright, so getting slightly sidetracked from my B stuff. In the previous episode, I had a problem here where for some unexplained reason suddenly all my machines got overloaded with things that needs to be processed, and I had a problem where all the buildup of energy that I had here ran out. Now, as you can see at the moment, that's not the case. I'm not exactly sure why nothing is being processed at all. That's actually not natural. Okay, seems to be working now. Anyway, you can see that I'm looking for the storage upgrade. A storage upgrade is something from industrial craft that I actually have never crafted before at all. But as it uses, basically it increases the inner buffer of every machine, obviously by the amount of storage upgrades you can place, I think up to a stack of 64, maybe even 2 stacks, but I'm gonna place just 1 stack of them. So basically I like to create the entire process of crafting them entirely automatic within my applied logistics network. So to craft a storage upgrade, you need cables, you need electronic circuits, so both of those are already taken care of. However, I'm also going to need an RE battery and some wood. So for wood, I'm going to do something very simple. You can see I've got myself another lime chest, and just a reminder, this is my wood storage. So what I'm going to do is get another one of those inventory interfaces, these storage buses, craft one of those, and basically interface this chest also with my network. So I'm going to add it right about here because there is just some room here, so there is no problem doing that. Okay, and I'm going to tell that inventory bus that this chest has birchwood and birchwood only. And now this system, my AE, my applied logistics system, knows to recognize that I have wood available. Alright, so that's nice, but let's now teach it that it can actually process that wood into the wood planks. So I can do this and this in code. So this is one step, but now since I'm already here, I also have an idea that I could completely replace the small thing that I had right here, which is this small crafting network can be basically completely removed. Since I already have applied logistics in place here, I could also start crafting planks with the system. So let's do that. Let's teach my system that it can craft planks. So place this thing and do this. So in code, 3 planks gives you 6 slabs. And let's connect that into here. So I'm going to need basically just an export bus and a couple of cables. Nothing too complicated. And basically this lets me completely remove the fabricators from there. So I'm going to need an export bus as well. I don't think export buses are not yet part of this. So let's craft the recipe for the export bus. Okay, so the export bus requires cable, interface, piston, and iron ingot. I got all of those. Cable, interface, and piston. And iron, of course, is something that I've got. So let's just grab those. So a piston, cable I've got on me, and an interface. Let's craft just 10 of those. Just let them sit here. And why is it not being crafted? What are the recipe for the interface? Oh, I guess I'm out of cables. Let's dump some in and craft it again. Nope, something is not happy. Am I short on something? Am I short on quartz? I have enough of. I think something is being jammed here. Something is not running correctly. I have a feeling that this thing may be a problem. I may want to separate this. Yeah, you know what? Let's quickly do that. Let's remove this right over here. And basically do the same exact thing. I have a feeling that those interfaces may accidentally... Oh wait, this is also happening. Oh, right. Yeah, this is happening. Okay. But I'm gonna keep it like this anyway. Okay, let's move it. So let's connect it right about here. Okay. Now it should work. Okay, so what I was doing right here, I think interfaces, when you have the recipe to craft something, they will simply look for an available inventory, just basically like they did. They tried pushing it into this ender chest, but I think they may also interact with each other. I don't really know, but I'm not gonna try and let things fail again. So I'm not gonna test it really. Let's again craft some ME interfaces. Can it craft it already, please? What's happening right now? I don't really know. Oh wait, it's not connected now. Now it is. And did I get some ME interfaces? Nope. Okay, now I got some. There we go. Okay, 5 will do. So I already forgot what I was doing. Yeah, the export bus recipe. Let's make that. So iron as well. And let's set up the recipe. So a piston at the bottom, this in the middle, this in here, and 2 iron ingots gives me the export bus. Paste the recipe, put it in here, and now please give me one of those. Export, craft 5, and I'm just gonna take 1. Okay, so this, and now also some cables. I already have a suggestion to improve the way the interface works, the AE interface works. Quickly gonna replace this, and then I'm gonna explain what my idea is. There's gonna be some spillage now. That means I can also get rid of this. So export bus here, which exports slabs at all time, one at a time, no need to go for stacks, and just connect it to the rest of the system. Let's connect it from right about here. So just like this, go up, and done. Okay, so my idea here, a suggestion to improve the way the interface works would be when I open the interface that lets me see all my inventory. You guys have seen it already. Every time it basically keeps updating at real time in terms of amounts. So if something changes, it switches around. Personally, if the weight looks would stay as is and only start updating when I close this, and basically anything new will simply be added from the ending going forward, so anything in place will stay put. That will be awesome. That's also a problem mainly for something like this. If I want to start pulling out sand, it now switches places with cobblestone because I've got more cobblestone. If I take out cobblestone, it switches places, and that's annoying. So it's actually also a helpful thing even if I don't have my entire processing system a part of my inventory, but also on its own it's actually very convenient. Anyway, got sidetracked. Storage upgrade. So storage upgrades, let's see, will require also RE batteries. RE batteries I do not have the recipe for. Let's do it like this. The recipe for RE batteries is a cable, tin, and redstone. So tin, redstone, and a cable. I obviously got rid of all my blank patterns. And let's craft some more of those. So blank patterns, cable in the top, tin in the sides, and redstone in the middle. Gives me the recipe for an RE battery. And then, taking the RE battery, let's quickly craft one. RE battery and some wood and some cables and some electronic circuits gives me the storage upgrade. So birchwood, this, some electronic circuits and a battery. So it goes like this, 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 and this. Storage upgrade and paste. Done. Let's start crafting those. I want to basically place 64 in each one of those. So I've got 7 times 64, so basically 7 stacks. Let's see how long does it take. Basically, this will be interesting. 1 stack at a time. So first stack, pretty quick. It's not the fastest thing ever, but it's pretty quick. It's actually gonna have some issues with the cables and the circuits because they're reliant on whatever my other age is doing, so that's something to keep in mind. Now I can do this. My MFSU will struggle a little bit to fill up the inner buffer, but now the inner buffer will be a lot larger, so that's kind of nicer. So I'm going to do this for all those machines to keep them all having a huge buffer. It's a huge buffer, trust me. I think every storage upgrade gives you, I think, 10k EU. I want to say. Not sure. But if so, that's basically 640,000 EU. So that's a lot. Anyway, yeah, let me do that and I'll be right back. Also, since I'm already here, just a tiny recipe. I am using sticks, I don't recall for what, but I'm using sticks for something. So I'm just gonna add a recipe for using birchwood to craft sticks. Because yeah, now I've, in all my wood system, all my wood production, integrated into my Powdery logistics, so let's also use that. I really like the fact that you can simply integrate any type of inventory, and most notably ender chests, just like this. It knows how to interact with it. Now, the real question in my mind comes up that if, for example, I have logs here, but I also for some reason have logs stored somewhere around here, what will be the higher priority when I ask for wood? And that's actually interesting. Personally, I would prefer if it would first try to empty out the storage within the applied logistics and only then empty out the interfaced inventories, but I don't really know the answer. But yeah, it's actually something interesting because I think it would be a lot more efficient if it would be that way. And I'm out of quartz again. And by the way, another thing that I did actually off screen, I forgot to tell you guys, my original age 67, the quarry completely mined out. So I created this whole new age. This time around you can see my height level is 70 because this time around I decided to go for beach biome. You can see it in the second to last line on the left. So it's a biome beach. Basically it's the same exact book, everything is exactly the same. It's Eternal Day, it's the Ender Starfield, everything exactly the same, except for the biome being beach. And the reason I did that is because Desert Hills has a very high, basically very large height. It's always going to be very high, and from past experiences you guys have noticed that it's usually around 130. If I could turn back the wheels of time, I would probably have changed my quarry, my red power quarry, running on a beach biome instead of the Desert Hills. But since I can't really do that, it's quite unfortunate. But you can see that the height right here when I'm using a super flat world is 70, unlike 130. So because most ores have a fixed height that they can spawn on, and it's not percentage based, it's not like the 10% of the lowest blocks, lowest layers will be something and something else. It's always a fixed count, usually from going from 60 going above, basically 60 and up. Usually it won't be rare things. It won't be diamond, it won't be gold, it won't be anything, and most notably for right now for me, it won't be quartz. And quartz is what I'm looking for. Usually quartz appears from 65 or 70 going down, so this is perfect for what I need. And usually when I find those quartz, I like mining them manually because my pickaxe has fortune, so it's better. Okay, so I'm gonna make a quick modification here. Since now this chest is only being used to store and move electronic circuits and cables, and it has room for 27 stacks, and the regulator has room for 9 stacks each, I'm gonna tell those both regulators to keep 9 stacks of each of their respective items. If in the future, alright, I'm not gonna be able to do that because they're not using ghost items, and I recently dumped a lot of iron in here, so all my backlog buffers are gone. You can see that all those are here. It's gonna have to wait, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot nicer to have everything, to have simply have larger buffers of everything. Since it's already automatically crafted, there is no harm in doing so. But yeah, it's gonna have to wait. All my backlog buffers are pretty much gone. I could set it up for the copper cables, but not for the electronic circuits, unfortunately. So let's tell that inventory to keep the ender chest filled up with stacks of copper cables, but only keep an inner stack of 1 copper cable at a time. So this is taken care of. The circuits will have to wait. Alright, so most tier Bs are done. I got the Ostrich species, so I can stop breeding them. The next step towards my ORB is getting the exotic bee. The exotic bee is a combination of austere and tropical. Now this is actually an interesting combination because the austere bee is a bee that usually, its kind of default area is the desert, and which is hot and barren, or arid to be more precise, and the tropical bee is obviously usually likes the tropical biome, which is hot but humid. So I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna end up, which it's gonna prefer. I'm simply gonna dump the tropical drone with the austere princess and see what happens if it complains about anything. And obviously there are the soul frames here, so it's gonna take care of mutation, hopefully, and we'll see what the end result is gonna be. And maybe you can guys see the explosions if the creeper stuff retained itself. I guess not. It usually happens faster. Okay, so I'm gonna let this run, see what ends up happening. And what do you know? First try, first success. Exotic princess. Obviously I'm gonna have to keep inbreeding it, but let's see if it can actually live here. I have a feeling it cannot live in the desert. It's probably, yeah, it's in a hostile environment. Let's find out what exactly she likes. Probably the alveoli will be a good breeding area. But let's see what she likes. Okay, it retained the creeper effect, so once I make her live, you're gonna see it happening. It's like, yeah, warm and damp. So that's basically a jungle. I can probably imitate those states in here if I'm gonna replace this tank with my water tank like this. I'm gonna quickly replace this block to make the lava inside it go away. Lava for me is a very available commodity, so I don't really mind. Place water inside it and place the bee in here. It's gonna start exploding most likely on me. It usually seems to be not doing any damage on the surrounding area, just on the player, so yeah, it seems not to be complaining yet. It should have cactus nearby, I think that, yeah, there we go, this is the explosion I was talking about. Oh my god, that scared me. Okay, but that also means she's working. Yeah, so I'm gonna let her do her job and start breeding itself. I want to get rid of that cacti, of that creeper effect. I'm gonna apply some effect cancellation on her. This is annoying. And people told me, and I didn't really know that, it makes sense when you think about it. After experimenting with all these different serums on my special atomic bees, people told me that when you apply a serum to a queen, it applies to that specific queen, but when that queen dies and it breeds offspring, it will only stick to the princess. The drone does not retain that special effect for whatever it's going to be. So obviously when I apply effect cancellation right now to this queen, it will only stick to the princess. The drone might have it, might not have it. And yeah, so this is why when I was applying those different temperature resistances and humidity resistances or tolerances, this is why they weren't sticking. Probably, if I'm gonna do it properly, like apply the humidity and temperature tolerances to those thermic bees, both to the drone and to the princess separately, then it may work. Okay, so while waiting for the bee to fully inoculate the effect cancellation thingy, I'm gonna end the episode with something nice. So previously I was looking through gunpowder and actually maybe caught a glimpse about something from Xenos Requiliary, which are bullets. And bullets are used in guns. And even though at the moment there are no really any specific enemy which gives me issues, like I can take care of with or without any problem and the ender dragon is already dead, it's still something fun that I like to toy with, so let's craft it. It's something from, again, Xenos Requiliary, and it's not that expensive. The only thing is that creating the bullets themselves is relatively expensive. You can actually see it requires some magma cream, some ender pearls, but pretty much just iron and yeah, not too much. So let's get over the night and start crafting it. Alright, so I got some basic materials. Let's see what can be done here. So to craft the complete hunter's handgun, I'm gonna need a hammer assembly, a barrel assembly, and a grip assembly, some iron and some slime balls. So let's start from the barrel assembly, which will require an ender pearl and a magma cream. So I got some slime balls and some blaze powder. Let's craft the hammer assembly. Okay, so the first process is done. Let's craft the hammer assembly. So this requires a button, another magma cream, and a blaze rod. So let's get some blaze rods, and let's get some smooth stone to craft one button, and that should get me the hammer assembly. Oh wait, I'm still short on the magma cream, and done. And the last part is the grip assembly, which again, one more magma cream, and I'm also going to need something that appears to be like a magazine or something. Yep, an empty magazine, so I'm going to need some glass and some smooth stone again. So glass, and let's craft one. Oh, I can craft 5. Well, I guess I'm going to need 5 anyway. Probably magazines are kind of something that you're going to need to have anyway, so there is no problem there. Grip assembly, and finally the hunter's handgun. Nice. For great justice. Right click fires, hold to reload. Okay, so, well, obviously right now I can't reload with anything, I don't have any bullets. So let's take it one step further. What can I do with the magazine? Uses for a magazine. Shaped crafting like this, and shapeless crafting like this. Okay, so probably gonna need, yeah, 8 bullets combined with an empty magazine gives you this magazine. I don't know what neutral magazine means. Oh, neutral bullets. Okay, so this is an ordinary bullet. This is effective against the undead. The exorcism shot. What else? The blaze shot deals only fire damage. Ender shot 6 targets, passes through anything. This is interesting. Concussive shot deals damage to a small area. Create a sizable explosion. A buster shot. Okay, this is interesting. Seeker shot 6 targets. Sand shot blinds targets, wrecks creepers. Oh yeah, because sand is a perfect insulator for explosions in the real world, at least. So I guess sand shot, yeah, it makes kind of sense, sort of. The storm shot causes atmospheric weirdness. Okay, this is interesting. Let's craft 8 of those and create a magazine. Okay, so I'm gonna need 8 normal shots and basically 1 lapis. So 4 normal shots is stone, iron, gunpowder, and gold nuggets. Okay, so let's see which I have. So let's get some gold. Let's get some gunpowder, and that's pretty much should be it. So shot. Okay, I'm looking for the storm shot or the ordinary shot first. What am I short on? Oh, gold nuggets. Okay, let's create one. Okay, so craft it twice for 8 bullets and combine it with lapis to get the storm shots. Nice, and I guess you just do it like this. Oh no, wait, you're probably gonna have to do it like this. And you get yourself a storm magazine. Okay, so if I try to right click, oh yeah, okay, so it loads it. Nice. So now I'm loaded with the storm magazine. I'm gonna move away from my house because I have no clue what's going to happen. Okay, let's see. If I shoot it at a tree, something happens. Okay, if I shoot it at the sky, what happens? My Red power thingy loads. Okay, nothing. Okay. Ooh, okay, training. It's raining even. Oh, everything turned dark. Oh, now it stopped. Okay, actually made some monsters spawn. It didn't make it nighttime because it's still relatively lit up, but it's dark enough for monsters to spawn. What happens if I try shooting a monster with this kind of bullet? Okay, one shot kill. That's nice. Not bad. Okay, so what happens once I empty the clip? Let's see. So last bullet. Oh no, it's empty. How do I... Okay, I guess I need another magazine. Does it waste magazines though? Oh, I got empty casings. What are the uses for those? I can make golden nuggets out of them. Oh nice, you get the exact price for golden nuggets back. And okay, let's try making some neutral shots. Some iron, redstone, some iron, smooth stone, and gunpowder. So if I try, let's see, if I try reloading a clip, do I get a clip back? Just interested in the mechanism of everything. Yeah, I got an empty clip back. So, how strong is the normal shot? Not as strong. But it's a nice thing. Even though, if you play first-person shooters, this is really far from it. But it's kind of a really nice mechanic to have. This is actually really fun. I guess if I hadn't killed the Ender Dragon yet, maybe using the seeker shots or the explosive shots would have been nice. But yeah, other than that, this is kind of a novelty item. I don't see myself using it ever, pretty much. But it's a fun thing to have. Alright, so yeah. Made my applied logistics system interface with my wood crafting system and made some of those storage upgrades. Filling up all my machines. I already got 4 of those full with the stacks. So all of them have a very large inner buffer of inner energy. And yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. And yeah. So as always, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.